going to talk about KYLN. Join with me today is Dulom. I want to call you Brandon, but how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
Yeah, this is going to be a controversial one. This is not so much going to be about how to beat the stages because I feel like a limited number of envoys went through it, and it's possible that somebody else will be able to get further. I'm sure there's going to be more information as the community gets to it. But one thing was in common. There was a definitely line drawn in the sand. And what was that line drawn in the sand?
The Spider Society nodes 41 through 43 were just nuts.
Yeah, specifically 42. My understanding is that 42 is not beatable without Penny at all, with any combination of characters. Does that sound right?
I wasn't able to. I tried to do it with what my live server investment would be. So that would be essentially without Penny, actually. And just with, the two rework Spider Society, and then we have Peter B and the other one. Can't think of her name right now. I'll get there eventually.
There you go.
Yeah, but it like the Black Knight is nowhere near as bad on live server. Like I think on the cell it says he's a 3 diamond G19. He does not play like that. He's also drastically nerfed, like stat wise. He doesn't have like defense up on spawn. I think he's just got taunt and immunity, so he's a lot easier. But you're not getting through these without Penny, especially healthily enough to do node 43 as well.
Right. So here's the thing. Today is Tuesday. Some envoys and other people on the test server got to play this. Comes out Wednesday. Penny comes out for purchase on Friday. And basically, the last 6 nodes are paywalled between having, some people are saying a 5-5 Penny. That remains to be seen. Maybe there's going to be a secret trick, maybe more testing. Maybe the live server is going to be different. Now, we're going to talk about whether or not it's worth it or not, whether this is a big deal or not. I just want to say this real quick here. They worded this so specifically right here. And what do you think about this? Because I caught this on Friday, and I thought, oh, they're saying that this is an end game. This is going to be hard. I did not expect this to be straight up paywalled behind a character that hasn't even been released yet. Commanders with the strongest wallets, rosters will have a good chance of escaping, right? Is that what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, so it was funny because when this was first announced, I was in your chat and I was talking with Archangel. And I'm like, hey, Spider Society is strongly encouraged. And I'm like, does strongly encourage mean you're not touching the node without them? And he's like, no, why would you think that? And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So we're not touching this node without them. Good to know. Good to know Penny comes out on the 26th. KYLN starts on the 24th.
Right.
And we still need a pretty massive cabal to get through the next nodes after that. So
right.
It's like artificial choice, what you said about raids. It's the illusion of choice. Like, oh, you have the choice to use Kraven and Black Cat, but they suck here. You don't have the choice. It's Spider Society or you lose. You're not gonna do it.
Right. So let's set expectations here right now. Veteran rosters and game players are gonna have a reasonably good chance of making it to cell 40. Provided they play it correctly. And it is challenging. Even on the test server, I had a hard time with the villain bio. I had a hard time with the villain mutant when I didn't even have an awakened apocalypse. Like there was some parts of it that was actually pretty hard, and then legendary. Like it was challenging, but it wasn't impossible. I feel like with the right team compositions. But what you're saying is that 41 through 46 pretty much are gated behind Penny. Maybe you'll be able to get through 41. How did you get through 41, and was it even worth it?
So 41, I got through it with a 2-2 Pav, a 3-3 Peter B, or a 4-4 Peter B, because that's what I ended up having on the live server, because I got a 4-4 Peter B on live server, so I made it congruent with that. And then I used Noir, obviously at 7-7. They were level 100 G18, and that node took me to be able to get through it. Took me very precise RNG and took me about 2 hours to get through it, just to get through level 41, and then no chance to get through 42.
Okay, so you spent 2 hours on level 41 with perfect RNG to get 40 training mats, 1 million gold, and then you got 5 uniques, which is used for Green Goblin Classic, right? Which those have value, right? I mean, that's a stack of gold, right? What are those, 400,000 a piece?
It's 4 million gold.
Yeah,
that's
so
800K a piece.
Yeah, 800K a piece. So that is a lot of gold right there if you count the crimson. So, are in-game players that are trying to get into Dark Dimension going to care about these rewards? I mean, if they're going to, are these meaningful enough to go like on Friday when Penny Parker comes out, like 7 penny and, whatever that costs, and then get through the end of this? Or is this going to be a non-event and just take the bonus stuff? What is your plan going to be?
I mean, I'm not buying Penny. I don't buy character offers normally, especially for raid characters that usually you can min max pretty well on. The last character I bought was Black Knight, and then I also cored him because he was meta defining. He was really good. But I mean, even if let's say you spend $100 on Penny, if you got a 4/4 day one, and you're able to get through 41 through 43. Your Cabal needs to be like 5/5, 6/6 level 100 G18 to have a prayer of getting through that. Like, it's not like, oh, cool, I got through Spider Society, Cabal's going to be a walk in the park. No, Cabal's just as bad. It's ridiculous. This is not even close to being, hey, it's hard. I'm okay with hard. I've done Scourges. I love doing Scourges. I literally spent 2 hours on a test server for rewards that don't even exist in my real account to see if it was possible. But putting a paywall is bullshit. Yep. Frankly, like an actual paywall where the event comes out 2 days before the freaking character is available for money. If at least you were going to do it, hey, 2 days into the free-to-play event, cool, we can at least get it free-to-play. People 3-3 can at least try it and at least understand. No, you're spending $50 to $100 just to possibly get through node 42 and 43, and then you might not even have a Cabal big enough. And then it's going to be the sunk cost fallacy because damn well there's going to be Spider Society offers and there's going to be Cabal offers for Kyle's Tower, KYLN. And that's how it's going to be to make people go, oh, I spent $100 on Penny. Why not just spend another 25 or 30 to get leader up another star? Oh, but now I need another $40 to get the other guy up of Cabal. Who's the other guy of Cabal? We got Leader and Iron Patriot. And to get Iron Patriot up when Iron Patriot was a super stingy event too. Yeah. It's that sunk cost fallacy. So now you're down $150 and then, oh, cool, I got some red gear from it. I'd rather just sit there and spend the gold on there and buy a strike pass instead. Honestly. So for me, I'm going to look at this a little differently. I mean, I'm looking at 41 through 46 as being whalestones. I mean, we've had tons of events in the past that were not obtainable without, spending ungodly amounts of money. I mean, that's the direction the game has gone. I think this is the first time where it was so obvious in an event like this, right? Where it was some sort of tower mode. But for me, it just appears that 41 through 46. Now, I am hopeful that there will be some magic secret sauce team that we don't know about yet because when that gets released to the larger community, maybe somebody will figure it out. But in the limited time that on the test server happened, not many people are able to get through it without having large pennies and then large cabals. I mean, are you going to be okay with just getting to 40 and then call it a day? And then, the bonus stuff is bonus stuff and you get all the gold. There's actually a lot of teal gear here, like catalysts and things, right? Yeah, there are a lot of good rewards, right? I think people are going to focus on the 41 through 46 too much and not really focus on the really good rewards. There's a lot of training mats. There's a lot of gold. Like you said, there's actually character shards in there too for Gwenum, who's not farmable still. That's awesome, especially because Gwenum is not farmable, and we're getting free shards from the Dark Dimension rewards for Void Knight and Red Goblin. So that's kind of rounding out your hive mind, which is nice as well. I like that. I think it's just unfortunate that it's just everybody's going to focus on those last 6 nodes and looking at them and going, I have no prayer and I spent money. This feels like crap. Yeah. That's not fun. And I don't know. I'm hoping the live server is different from the test server and we're actually able to get through it, or at least have a prayer of getting through it with some really good RNG like also, I was for 41. What you said there was a big deal. That is a thing also. The test server has been different than the live server a couple times, and the Envoy pre-release embargo videos were just wrong because the servers were wrong, right? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So there's a running kind of speculation that the characters that we have on the test server, if they're at G18, their stats are actually at G17. So that could make a big effect because the stat jump from 17 to 18 is pretty massive. It's like 25%. I could see us with a 25% bump being able to pull it off with like really, really minimal investment. But it's the fact that it's this close and we have to hope that something isn't working correctly to be able to do it. That's not fair. That's not okay. That's not okay at all.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just going to try to get to milestone 40, and that's going to be my initial day one thoughts. And then if something happens, somebody makes a video that, 41 through 46 is attainable without spending hundreds of dollars, then I'm down to get whatever I can get. I'll take what I can get. All right, let us know where you're at. Any thoughts before we go?
No, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Link to your channel will be in the description. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.